Okay, hello everybody. This is Young Family Tai Chi Traditional Form, Section 1. And we have finished with Grasp of Bird's Tail. And I'd like to review that. And then the next move is going to be Single Whip, which is a much more complicated move. So why don't we do a quick run through from the beginning to the end of Grasp of Bird's Tail. And then we'll see if you have any questions and we'll work on those first before we go on to the new move. Okay? So we're here, feet shoulder width apart, head up, tailbone down, hands by your side, prepare. Opening, rotate your arms, come up to shoulder level and press down almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left, shift left, turn right, all the weight on the right, step and close, turn and shift weight. Ward off right, shift right, turn the left toe to the corner, pull left, ward off down right as you shift your weight to the left, pull in the right foot, step and close, shift weight and separate. Roll back. Rotate your arms as you reach for the corner. As you shift weight back, circle to the other corner. Press. Pull in the right, attach the left, expand forward. Push. Square up your shoulders. Flatten your hands. Come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest, and push up to shoulder level. How did that feel?
It's good.
Yes? Good. Okay. Did you guys try the 4 directions thing?
Right.
I did.
I just thought it would be.
I did 4 or 5 times.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, I certainly did. Thank you for sending me the video. Thank you. I did.
Well, I thought it would be kind of a fun thing to try if you wanted to do an exercise, you know?
Yeah, but I finally got it. After 4 or 5 tries, I got it. I got it.
The trick is, after you get to the push, all you're going to do is step up. So your feet are shoulder width apart, come down, and then you're at the end of opening. Then you start and do left ward off.
You have to go back to starting position always.
Always go back to starting position, and then you can start all over again. But it gives you a more complete view of your room. You see all the walls. Okay, so are there any questions on Grasp the Bird's Tail? No. Okay, I just want to remind you, body position for both right ward off and press when you're in bow stance. Make sure that your elbow is lined up with your knee, okay? So if you're press, your left hand is attached to your right. When you're at right ward off, your left hand is a little bit below your, but the right hand's the same position, either way, okay? And also, yes, Maria?
Right? I almost have to internally recite your instructions.
Well, I try to give you tips as you go along, but and if I talk too much, tell me.
No, I
won't talk so much.
No. That's it. I needed to do it perfectly.
Okay, the other reminder I want is when you are doing push, okay, after you do press and you square up your shoulders and you come back for push, make sure that your back is still slanted. Can you see that? No going back here. Okay, stay slanted forward and then use your legs to push forward. Okay, so those are the important parts of those two moves. Okay,
Okay.
now we are into single whip. Single whip, the hard part is the footwork. Okay, why is the footwork hard? If I'm going the same direction as you and I'm at the end of push, I'm here, I'm both stance, right foot forward. What I want you to do is shift all your weight to the left foot. That makes no weight on the right? You're separating empty and full. So the left foot is totally full, the right foot is totally empty. And you need it to be empty because you're going to pivot on this heel until the toe goes to that corner. Then you're going to shift your weight. So when you're here, your weight is still on the right, on the left. Then you're going to shift your weight back and pivot so all your weight is on the right. Then you're going to pull in, step out for a bow stance, flatten, and shift weight. So you essentially started a bow stance, right foot forward, going that way, and you're going to turn all the way around, and you're going to be left foot forward in 180 degrees from your beginning position. Okay? Now, this move requires some hip flexibility. Okay? Because when you're here and you move all your weight here and you free up this foot, you're going to turn it to that corner. Then you're going to move all your weight back and pivot. Why do you pivot? You pivot so that you align your hips to your back foot. Then you come in and you step both stance to that side. So I would like you to try it. And there are a number of accommodations if you don't have the flexibility to move that 135-degree turn. Okay, so let me show you some of them because I want you to choose one that is the most comfortable for you. Okay, I want you to feel balanced the whole time you're doing this. And I want you to be confident in your ability to do this. Okay. So when I'm here, suppose I'm shifting my weight back. And suppose when I'm turning, I can't get there. Suppose I can only go this far. Okay. So what should I do? Okay. What Master Yang suggests is that you go on the balls of your feet and turn. And then this foot will be at 45 degrees and you can step to a regular bow stance. Now, for a number of people, this is not that comfortable because when they get here, the idea of getting on the balls of your feet and turning, for some people, they don't feel that balanced when they get up on both of your tippy toes in order to turn. You see what I'm saying? So if you were, yes, Maria?
Why not just balance on your heel? Is that not possible? Turn with your heel.
No, because what happens is, I'll show you a way that maybe will feel better for you. Okay, suppose I'm here. If you don't like getting up on the toes of both feet, what you could do is this one stays down and just turn on the ball of this foot. So you have one foot that is still totally on the ground. You see what I'm saying? Instead of getting up on two balls of your feet, keep one foot on the ground and just get on the toe of one of the feet and turn that. For some people, that feels better because at least one foot is stable. So that's one option, okay? The other option is, suppose you are here and you can only turn to like 12 o'clock. You only get 90 degrees, not 135 degrees. What you could do is you could just stay there and step out and then turn at the end. Okay. So that you have a regular bow stance. Your bow stance is always 1 foot straight and 1 foot at 45 degrees. Okay. So if you ended up here and you were only at 90 degrees and you stepped out, you can, as you're moving this forward, turn this to the 45 degree. You just have to try it and see what's easiest for you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I just did, right? I like the last one the best.
Yes, me
You
too.
think you like the
Yeah,
the last one the best?
yeah. The last one is very comfortable for me.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
It's tiptoe make you teeter instead of.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's one, I found that a lot of students do not like the tiptoe one. Even though Master Young suggested it, a lot of people don't feel that balance on their tiptoes, you know, and to have to turn while you're on your tiptoes, some people not too comfortable, right? Yes, Lorraine.
On the second option in which you just pivot on your right foot,
Yes.
what's happening to your left foot?
So here,
Mhm.
what happens is as you shift your weight back, you can only get to 90 degrees, let's say. Your left foot just stays there. And then, so after you have pivoted, then you pivot the left foot, just like you would if you had done the 135.
Mm.
You see what
I
I'm
like-
saying?
Yeah, I like this option.
Okay, I like this option also. And the reason I like this option is this. When I step out to a bow stand, okay, what happens here, if you do it the way you're supposed to do it, and you turn 135 degrees and you pivot, what happens when you step out to your bow stance, you are in the most stable position for stepping out to the bow stance. You're at 45 degrees and you're stepping out to straight. When you're here and you step out to the bow stance, this is kind of a long step, and to turn in at the end is not as stable as having it at 45 degrees and stepping out. You see what I'm saying?
I do, but only problem is my left leg cannot turn. Got it? I could only
Yeah.
turn to certain
Right. If your right leg cannot turn to 135,
Correct,
then you have to think of one of the other options
right.
and choose what is the most comfortable for you. Okay.
Yeah, because
I-
that looks like I'm twisting my knee. I don't want to do that.
Right. So the reason you feel like you're twisting your knee
Yeah,
is that your hip joint is not flexible enough.
correct. Yes, I know.
Okay, so what happens is here, when I move my leg back, what is turning is my hip joint. My leg stays straight. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but my hip joint is not very strong.
Yeah, so that's one of the things about Tai Chi is that you have exercises for improving your hip flexibility
Mhm.
and it both ways. So when you do it this way, you are doing it out, but also you should do it in. And
Oh,
when you're doing it in, that's what allows you to make that 135 degree. Do you understand
yeah,
what I mean?
yep. I need
Okay.
to practice.
Yes, but when Master Yang proposed this tiptoe thing and turn, he says, this is only a temporary thing. I want you to be able to get that foot to 45 degrees and do a regular bow stand. Because he says it's more stable from there. Okay, but I thought that this in-between solution of, here, I can only go this far. If I keep my foot here and just turn the heel back, I get to 45 degrees. And then I still have that stable base to move forward. You see? So try it out. And then whatever works for you is fine.
Can you make the turn the right? All right, I can't go 135 degrees. So I can only turn my right to a certain degree. Okay. Can I make adjustment at the end when I finished up my right leg?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay.
And there are other moves in the form where you do that.
Okay.
So for people who already know the form, like wild horse, not wild horse parts its name, but diagonal flying. Diagonal flying, you step out and then the other foot closes in at the end.
Yes.
Or the second fair lady, the other foot closes at the end. So there are moves in the form where you do have the other foot close at the end.
Okay.
But we prefer, if you can, to step out on a stable diagonal back foot and then go forward with the other foot at shoulder width.
I could do it
Okay.
temporary like that until my hip.
Yeah, just do it until you get more strength.
Right.
I mean, this is very common that people gather strength as they do it more.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So, are there any questions on the footwork? No? No? How about you, Maria?
How do I know I'm doing it just right? I mean, the turn. Well, okay. I think the last one is the best for me.
The last one is
Yeah, but
the best. You agree with Sandra?
You're right. Just instead of the other two.
Okay. But see, you have to make a bigger step then. See, if you
Right.
do it this way and you only get to 90 degrees, then you have to make a bigger step
Right.
and then adjust at the end.
Yes.
Yeah,
I will do for temporary like this
yeah,
until my hip gets stronger. Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
So
It's not a big leap, it's just steps.
it's
So,
just bigger than
Right.
the other one. You know what I mean?
I think Maria and I in the same length, see? Right, Maria? Same length? Agree on that last one?
Okay, now the hand. The hands are also complicated. Okay, I'm going to do it in the same direction as you, just so you know what it looks like. And then I'm going to turn it around so that you can see the hands better. Okay, so if at the end of push, you're in this direction and you push, what you're going to do is you're going to flatten your hands. When you flatten your hands, they're still parallel to each other. As you start to turn, then the left one bends first and the right one follows. And you go all the way to the other side. Once you move all the way to the other side, then as your weight comes back, you release the front foot. And that allows your hips to line up to the corner. Then you push down, make your hook hand, ward off with the left, standing ward off step, deflect, and strike. Okay, so let's break it down, okay? So if I'm doing it in this direction so that you can see better, if I'm pushing, as I move my weight back, I'm going to flatten my hands. My hands are still parallel. But as I start turning, my left elbow bends and my right hand follows. Can you see that? It's following all the way to the end. And then as my weight shifts back, I release the front foot. My hips are now lined up to the corner. Then I push down. Then I make a ward off with the left and a hook hand with the right. I'll show you how to make a hook hand in just a second. Then I'm going to, when I go to my bow stands, I'm going to pull in, step up. So when I make my standing ward off, I step. Then as I flatten my foot, I'm deflecting. And as I shift weight, I'm striking. Okay, so the hook hand looks like this. Just put you have your wrist, and then you put your hands together. And you're going to make a bird's beak. So it's as if you had a sharp thing that you could poke somebody with. Okay, so it's not puffy, it's sharp. Okay, so there are two uses for this hand shape. The first one is some people actually use the bird beak part, like to poke at somebody. There are acupuncture points that you can poke that you can use this for. Okay, I don't know what they are, but I was told there are such things. Okay, what single whip you're using it for, you're actually using your wrist. You're actually striking like this to somebody's neck. Okay, but when you're showing in the form, we show it like this because it looks more graceful. So the form is often prettier than the actual usage. Okay?
Okay.
So when you're what I want you to think of is when you're here, you want to be parallel. And then because you're contacting someone here, then once you've contacted them, you're going to pull. And the reason why this one leads and this one follows is, think of it this way. Suppose you're pulling somebody by the wrist and this hand is guiding their upper arm. Okay, so if you're taking somebody's wrist and guiding their upper arm, then one leads and one follows, right? Then all the way out. So it's like you're throwing somebody over there. Then you're coming back and pressing down. Then when your weight comes back, you release the front foot. Okay? And that allows your hips to line up to the corner. Then you make a ward off with the left and a hook hand with the right. Then you're going to change your ward off to a standing ward off. So as you change the standing, as you lift up, you're lifting up your foot, and then standing ward off step. Deflect as you flatten your foot and strike. So you're shifting weight as you strike. This is the second move where you are straight up and down. Your first one was left ward off. This one, you're straight up and down. How do you get straight up and down? So instead of leaning forward, okay, you move in your hip and that straightens up your torso. Can you see that? From here to here. And when you do that, you'll find that instead of being at the corner, you're going to be a little bit over. As your hip moves in, your torso faces a little bit past the corner. And in terms of your gaze, okay, when you push, you were looking over there. As you are pulling this person, you're following your hands, right? You're leading your opponent out to the side. When you come back, you're following your hands. And the right hand now leads because you're doing your hook hand. Then after you've essentially hit someone with your hook hand, then this becomes the dominant hand. You're going to have standing ward off step and you're deflecting. So you're deflecting here and striking. Now, in terms of your gaze, you're going to look at the person you're striking. And if I do this facing you, okay, suppose I'm here and I turn. Then standing ward off. Then I'm deflecting and then striking. Actually, I should do this straight in the camera. Here. So here. Turn. Come in. Hook hand. Ward off. Standing ward off step. Deflect and strike. Okay, so when I'm striking, I'm looking through my tiger's mouth. Can you see that? So I'm striking with the bottom, with this part of my hand. So when I strike, I am striking with this part of my hand, and my tiger's mouth is up, right? And I'm looking through my tiger's mouth, and my head is facing that way. In other words, I am not looking with my head that way and kind of with my eyes looking through my tiger's mouth. I have my whole head looking through my tiger's mouth. Okay? So many pieces, right? So let's try to do a little bit at a time. Okay, so let's do the turning first. Okay, I will do the same direction as you. So we're here. We're flattening out our hands as we shift our weight back. Okay, and then we're turning. Then when we come back, we release the left foot. Okay, so let's just do that part. Okay, so if in this direction, I am flattening my hands as my weight shifts back. Then I'm turning my foot and turning my body. Then as I've turned all the way, I come back and release the left foot. Okay. So the advantage of the first two methods is that you coordinate the upper and lower better. In other words, when you're pushing, you come back and you turn. And then if you can't turn and just move this, you're still with a weight over here. Then you come back and release, and it matches your upper body. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so let's just do it that one more time. You are pushing, you are moving your weight back to the back foot. Flatten your hands as you move your weight to the back foot. Then start turning. Turn. And then you're going to come back and press down. Release the left foot as you press down. Okay? So now your weight is on the back foot. When you're pressing down, your weight is totally on the back foot. Okay? So once you're on the back foot, then you start warding off with the left and making your hook hand with the right. Now you're on your back foot. You pull in the left, standing ward off step. Deflect as you flatten the front foot and strike as you shift weight. Okay? How did that feel? A lot of moving around, yes? How about you, Maria?
I'm okay. I've done it before, but not as well.
Okay, let's do it a couple more times, and I will turn around and do it in the same direction as you, now that you know how the hands are moving, okay? So, if I'm pushing, I'm moving my weight back, so I'm flattening my hands. Then as I turn my foot, I'm going to pull, turn, Then when I finish turning, I press down, release the front foot. Then ward off with the left, hook hand with the right. Standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Okay,
When you release the left foot, which direction is it pointing at that stage?
it's parallel to the other foot.
Oh, okay.
It's parallel to the other foot. And then from there, you step out to where, well, I guess it would be parallel to the other foot if you were at 135 degrees. If you're only at 90 degrees, then essentially it's toward the corner. Okay. Because it would be, because your foot is not 135 degrees, it would not be parallel. It would be just to the corner. Okay. So you're, yes.
At what
Correct.
point at what point do you go upright?
You actually don't go upright. I mean, okay, let me show you what I mean. Okay, I'm here. I turn. I come back. I don't actually stand up. So you have to keep your legs bent the whole time.
Okay.
Okay? Just more difficulty, right? So let's try it again. So when you're pushing, your hands are up. When you shift your weight back, your hands are flat. Then when you turn your foot, you pull with your hands. Then as you shift your weight back to the back foot, you press down and release the front foot. Ward off with the left, hook hand with the right. Standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. So if you can, your hook hand should be at neck level. If you can't, just do the best you can. Okay. So what happens is, if I'm facing you, what happens is when I'm here, this is a little higher than this, because this is coming straight out from my shoulder. Can you see my shoulder height? I'm shoulder height here. But this one is hitting at somebody's neck. So it's a little bit higher. So I'll show you again. When I come back, I turn. Then ward off with the left, hook hand with the right. Standing ward off. So the right is a little bit higher than the left. Can you see that? This is this height. This is neck height. Okay. But your hands are relatively straight. I mean, not locked, but pretty straight in both instances. Okay. So let's try it again. I will do the same direction as you. So we are pushing. Then we're shifting weight back and flattening our hands. Then we're going to turn and pull. Then press down, release the front foot, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right, standing ward off, step, deflect, and strike. So it's this hand is not exact. When you're pushing, it looks like this. This hand looks like this. Because when you're pushing, you're hitting with this area. When you're striking, you're hitting with this area. So you're showing a slightly different part of your palm. I'll show you better. So here is when you're pushing, okay? When you're striking, you're hitting with this part. When you're pushing, you're hitting with this part. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the direction of your hand is a little bit different. Okay. And there are a number of other places where you also use the striking palm, which is this part. Okay. So, and in any case, your hand is standing. Okay. It's up. It's not like that. It's up. Okay. So let's try it again. Okay. So should I try it in another direction? You prefer the other direction?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do a whole bunch of directions and then you'll see more things. Okay. So let's say that I do it this way. I'm pushing. Okay. I'm coming back and flattening my hands. I'm turning and pulling. Pressing down as I shift my weight back, releasing the front foot, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right, pull in, standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Okay. So doing it this way. Push. Shift weight back, flatten. Turn and pull. Press down, release the front foot. Ward off with the left, hook hand with the right. Standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Okay. And this way. Flatten. Turn. Press down and release the front foot. Ward off with the left. Hook hand with the right. Standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Yes? Just takes practice, right? Okay, so why don't we do it from the beginning? Okay, and then we'll do aggressive bird's tail and single whip. Okay, so I'm going to do it in the same direction as you. So we're here. Feet shoulders width apart, head up, tailbone down, hands by your side. Prepare. Opening. Rotate your arms. Come up to shoulder level. Press down, almost to the bottom. Rest the bird's tail, ward off left. shift left, turn right, all the weight on the right, step and close, shift and turn. Ward off right, shift right, turn the left toe to the corner, pull left, ward off down right, all the weight on the left, pull in, step and close, shift weight and separate. Roll back, rotate your arms as you reach for the corner. Circle back as your weight shifts back and you move to the other corner. Press, circle in the right, attach the left, expand forward. Push, square up your shoulders, flatten your hands. Come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest, and push up to shoulder level. Single width. As you shift your weight back, flatten your hand. Turn and pull all the way around. Press down, release the front foot. Ward off with the left, hook hand with the right. Standing ward off, step, deflect, and strike. How'd that feel?
Good.
Good. Okay, let's do it one more time and then we'll close class. How about that? Okay. Okay. Feet shoulders width apart, head up, tailbone down, hands by your side, prepare. Opening, rotate your arms, come up to shoulder level and press down, almost to the bottom. Rest the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift left, turn right, all the weight on the right. Step and close, shift and separate. Ward off right, shift right, turn the left toe to the corner, pull left, ward off down right, pull in, step and close, shift weight separate. Roll back, rotate your arms as you reach to the corner. Circle back and shift weight as you come to the other corner. Press, circle in the right, attach the left, expand forward. Push, square up your shoulders, flatten your hands. Come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest, push up to shoulder level. Single width. As you shift your weight back, flatten your hands. Turn and pull all the way around. Press down and release the front foot. Ward off with the left, hook hand with the right, standing ward off, step, deflect, and strike. Yes? Getting there? Yes.
It's very helpful when you tell us where to shift and where to put our weight.
I'm glad. Yes. Because I want you to coordinate your upper and lower. So I want your hands to be a certain place when your weight is a certain place, because otherwise you will not keep your balance as well.
That's right.
So it's important to me that you're always going to be balanced. No?
That's why I have to hear you tell me what part of the body has to move in which direction. In conjunction to get the right move. It's that way.
So that's why I tell you, turn and pull, because I want your hands to be moving as your feet are turning.
Right.
You know?
Because otherwise you're so busy wondering, about one other part.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, so practice. And I will look forward to seeing you next week.
okay.
Thank you very much for coming.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, see you next week.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.